everybody, this is Pookie. Today I want to go over some of the effects that you just saw in the video preceding this. AJ for Life 2007 requested that I show him an effect that he had seen in other videos when it comes to text, and so I'm going to give you an example. First thing we need to do is we need to go to our media generators and we need to pick our text. Now for this, I'm going to go ahead and use Cool. I'll just drag it on up in there because that's basically bold enough for you to see. Now you could do this with anything you want pretty much. Now you could change your font, pick a font that you like. A little trick here when you go to your fonts is if you pick, for example, the first font like that and then arrow, then you can change your fonts without having to keep going back and forth and clicking. So I'm just arrowing down now until I find a font that I like. There we go. That's nice and simple, but yet nice and bold as well. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to apply an effect called light rays. So we're going to go down to our video effects. You can either find it here. Okay, there's light rays. You could pick one of these out of here, or you can go up to the event effects, click that, and it brings up a mini window and you can pick it out of there. So let's take Sony light rays. We'll add that, choose OK. Now what this is going to do is it's going to give me that kind of motion effect that you saw a little while ago. We're going to start on the first one here, on the first point, and we're going to decide what kind of strength we want. So I'm going to increase that strength out until I find something I like. You can adjust the sensitivity. The more sensitive it is, probably the easier it's going to be to read your lettering. And then we're going to change and move this over, say, to the left. We'll start it over at the left. Right now, since my text is dead centered, I'm going to leave this dead centered as well. Then we're going to add a second point to this. We're going to go to the end of the clip. So right here on your little time bar, you want to put another point, and instead of this being all the way over to the left, we're going to move it all the way over to the right. Okay? That way our text is going to have some motion. I'm going to start this and I'm going to play it. There you have it. Pretty simple there. Now you can do some other neat things with this as well. Right now, the reason you're able to see those light rays as well as you can is because I'm using a white border. Okay? Because it has a white border, those light rays shine through really well. White is perhaps the best color to use if you want to have these effects show up real nice and clear. But you can also change that and say, I'm going to go to my media generator. Here's my text. Okay, the word cool. It's exciting, right? Okay. Now we're going to go to our properties. We're going to change the text color to white. We're going to change the border to, say, blue. Now, where are we? Here we go. I went to my effects, draw outline instead of white. I'm going to choose blue. Drop shadow, we don't need a drop shadow for this. Now I'm going to play it. That gives you a slightly different effect though now. Same text and everything. Another option that you have here is to take and put your effect behind the text. Okay, so for example, I'm going to take and put Let's take the media generator here first. Now we've got our text. I'm going to make the area around the text, instead of being transparent, we're going to make that a solid black background. Okay. The text itself, I'm going to move that down and make that transparent. Then I'm going to go to my media generators again. I'm going to choose a noise texture. And let's see here. This is one of my favorites, the microscopic threads 2. So we're going to bring that up here. Now I had an audio track in here before. I'm going to remove that. There we go. Now I have a texture in the background. You can still see the light rays doing its thing, but the letters are different color. We're going to change this background image. This is also another question people have, is how do you make the images from the media generator look like they're alive or moving. So we're going to edit our media. I'm going to mute this top track for just a moment so you'll be able to see that. Down here you have a progress line. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to leave it at the beginning of the clip right where it's at. At the end of the clip, however, we're going to want it to move a little bit. That's quite a bit of motion there. Let's see how that looks. Now it looks like it's kind of alive. There are some other effects here that you can change also, like the bias. Let me loop this here. There we go. You can change the bias. Your minimum and maximum to make your lines a little bigger or a little smaller. So you've got a lot of different effects you can do there. You've got your amplitude. And each little thing that you change is going to make a difference in how this looks. Okay, so now we've got that. It looks pretty good. We're going to go back, unmute this up here, and now it's flowing. But you can't really see all that motion that I just put in there because of the way I did that. So let's go ahead and go back to our effects on the word cool. And we're going to go to the end. Let's take that right halfway there on the strength. We'll do the same thing for the beginning point on the strength. And we can, let's put the sensitivity right in the half here too on both of them. Let's see how that looks now. There you go. Can't see the light rays as well, but again, it's got a blue border, and as I said before, white picks up the best. So let's take and change that border again. Go to edit our media, properties. Oh, excuse me, I mean effects. Draw outline. Let's change that to white. Let's see how it looks like that. There you go. You see the shimmering moving across? Obviously the different fonts and stuff are going to make a difference in how that ends up turning out. And you just kind of have to play around with it to find what you really like on it. You can also start it out more heavy at the beginning than the end, for example. There you go. Okay. Well, I hope that helps you in figuring out how to do that text effect. I will say I've kind of rushed this video, and I apologize. But look forward to more tutorials. I'll do my best here. I've got a couple that I'm working on right now that someone has asked me for, actually a couple individuals, and we'll see what we can do to get those questions answered. Have a great day. Bye-bye.